Hello, my educator family. Welcome to another Strategy Sunday, right here with Strategic Educational Consultancy Services, where the mission is to empower you, our educators. We are out of Navigating November, and voila! We are in delightful December. Delightful because of what the season and the month is all about, celebration of Jesus' life, coming here on earth to die for us so that we can have life eternal. And so we are looking at the guiding principles from the appraisal document, and we're at guiding principle 5. We have done guiding principles 1, 2, 3, and 4 thus far, and so we're at guiding principle 5. Next week we will pick up with guiding principle 6, the last within the appraisal document for both beginning and experienced teachers. So guiding principle 5 is teacher interacts with parents and community. And of course, I am Carla Boswell-Lewis, that's the voice, and my content creator, Kadabra Bernard Brown. And so we're going to delve right into guiding principle 5, which is a very short principle, and it has 4 standards, and it is easy for the educator to gain full points here once you are strategic in your approach. So, standard 1 says engagement of parents and community members to advance student outcomes. And let me just insert here that for this principle, it is the same for both documents. Whether you are the beginning teacher or the experienced teacher, it carries the same standards, and you'll only find that in the end I'll show you where it's just 1 point more. So standard 1 says engagement of parents and community members to advance student outcomes. What are the possible ways that you can engage right here for this principle, for this standard rather? And so it says you should communicate with parents, caregivers to stimulate interest in their children's progress and reinforce learning, always giving priority interest to the learner. Now, what are the evidences that you can put forward? Of course, there is parent-teacher conference logs, where you may have calls with parents, or you may have conferences that are held. Then that's, you have your logs there. Emails that you'd have sent to parents to inform them of how their child or children how they are progressing in the class or during the semester. There's also, or the term, there's also screenshots of messages sent through WhatsApp, Facebook Messenger, messages, regular messages, texting, or the Google Classroom. You'd have those to present as your evidence. And also reading logs signed by parents. I know in primary schools, where the students are participating in reading classes or extra reading classes or so on, there may be logs that parents will have to sign from time to time. There's also pictures that are taken at report day. So even if it is a virtual report day, I know that many schools are creative in setting up virtual report day and parents conference and parent days. Then the pictures from that you will show, and also sometimes there are logs that you'd have to sign to say you have seen this parent and you have had discussion. You present those as your evidences. And also from the parent teacher conference, apart from your logs, you can also have pictures and signatures where applicable, to show as well that you have been in dialogue with parents to ensure that priority is given to the interest of their student, or in this case of their child or children. And then we move over to guiding principle. The same, we're on guiding principle 5, but we're on standard 2. Engages community members to build trust, to foster open communication, and to work collaboratively with parents to benefit students' achievement levels. And here for your evidences, You have evidence of community involvement. What is it that you do in the community that benefits the students? Do you merge with the neighborhood watch, and do you provide training for parents in the community? Do you provide extra lessons for children in the community? What is it that you do? Do you support the groups that are there, the clubs that are there? Also, evidence of participation in planning and executing Parents Month activities. So you may be a part of the committee at school, or as a form teacher, or even a subject teacher, you may have had activities that you plan for parents during the month of November. Then you would have placed it there as your evidence. Evidence of participation in PTA activities or conferences. Were you ever asked to maybe even to do prayer or song service, or to give a thought, or to do a little training session? Whatever it is that you're asked to do, there's an agenda, your name is on it, that's evidence. Or you were presented and you took the pictures, or you asked someone to take the pictures, that's your evidence. You'd label it nicely to say that, participation in PTA activity or parent conference for this month, and you date it, so it is there to show. Referral forms for the PATH program. So you're a form teacher, or even if you're a subject teacher, you may have referred the child to the guidance counselor. So there's a procedure that takes place. Maybe you have to write up a log or a form to send over to them. You copy. So when you do logs like those, you would present the original to them. So you copy, you have a copy for yourself that is kept, and this is for your portfolio, or also as your evidence that you may place in your Google Classroom in a section there away from students, or in your physical register for school, and you would have hand over the original to the guidance department. Then you keep that back, and that is also your evidence. There's also you can present evidence of collaboration with community members, such as maybe business places or resource personnel, to assist needy students or to provide leadership for students. Sometimes you may have your form class, you may have a past student from the community who you may invite for form time to share with the students. Maybe for you realize that your form class, most of the students, they don't have a device, and you may know someone in the community that you can ask for help. And remember too that it doesn't mean that it has to be within the space where the school is located. It could be outside of the school community that you go, sort of the physical community that you go to ask for help, because you may know someone working in a particular place that can assist you. Then you would do up your letter, and of course your principal would sign off on it, and it is stamped and so on. But then this would be an initiative from you, so you have that as your evidence. So these are evidences that you can bring forward to say that you have involved the community in activities. Then we move over to standard 5.3, which says engages parents and community in promoting values and attitudes that are consistent with national educational goals. And we know that we are taking on a holistic view of the educational goals nationally. What is it that we want to accomplish? Vision 2030. How is it that you are playing out your role? How is it that you're getting the community members to realize their role in this vision? What do you do? And so your evidences here may be evidence of your community involvement again. What is it that you do in the community? Evidence of participation in plan and executing Parents Month activities. Evidence of participation in PT activities. School or classroom newsletters sent to parents. Evidence of participation in social skills program in the community, or skill-based activities that promotes the national growth and development of the country. So you may have clubs in the community, and they have competitions that are going on, whether it is Mr. and Miss activity, that pageant that is going on, whether it is some football competition, netball competition, you know how to referee a match, and they may have invited you to do so. You're building social skills, you're building awareness of community involvement. It could be quiz competitions that they have at the community level, and you're invited to participate in it. You may be invited by another school to participate in some activities. Then of course you are building within the community, and so they will see you as a teacher who is actively involved in the community. Those are your evidences that you'll provide. Were you invited to a graduation ceremony? You're gonna cut and paste, copy that email that was sent, or the letter, you photocopy it, you take your pictures, and that is showing, right? Evidence to of participation in church services. Sometimes there may be a commemorative service that is held at a church, and you may have been invited as a teacher, or you were sent as a representative from the school. Then you have that too as your evidence to provide and to show that yes, you are engaging in the community and promoting values and attitudes that are consistent with national educational goals. And finally, we hop over to standard 4. Puts professional responsibility at the forefront in face of challenges involving the community. And here is where you are expected to demonstrate initiative in addressing issues related to the well-being of students or the progress of the school, commitment to overall student development. What is it that you do within the school, within the community, to address these issues? And so there is feedback from parents and students as to how you have helped them, as to how you have been effective. Maybe previous appraisal comments, you can photocopy a section and you can show evidence of plans for development of students. So you are a part of the extracurricular activities that are taking place, whether it is that you are a club leader, you're in charge of the choir, you assist with the PE department, the track and field, whatever it is. What were your plans for developing the students? You don't just go out there and assist. You must have a plan of action as to what is it that you hope to achieve by participating in these. Do you do the debate competition with the students? You prepare them for quiz? Then this is something that you provide your evidences for. Evidence of programs initiated within the school. So I know that within some schools, administrators give teachers the leverage to shine and to do what they can do best. And so you may have had a program that you initiated in the school and you got the approval from administrators. You're providing evidence of such. Also, evidence of participation in a team for plans to improve the school or students in general. Are you a member of the special events committee at school and you plan ceremonies for students, for the school on a whole? Are you a part of the prefect committee? Do you work with the student council? Do you work with the debate team? What is it that you do within the school, that you work as a team? You're a senior manager, a senior teacher in the school, and you have sat and you discuss some plans, the school improvement plan. What was your contribution to the school improvement plan? You're also here. You can also give evidence of your action plan that you have developed for the school year. What is involved in it? What is there that you are planning on to improve the students and to improve the school? And of course, I would have touched at evidence of committees that you're a part of and how is it that you contribute. And also you can show your club plans and programs that you have in place to assist the students and to assist the school in general. So here it is that we have covered. Guiding Principle 5, teacher interact with parents and community, and the essence of it is engagement of parents and community members to advance student outcomes, to make the teaching learning process in itself better for the students. And so the total mark for the beginning teacher is 9 points. So you'll realize that 5.1 is 2, 5.2 it's 2, but then for the experienced teacher it is 3, and then you have 2 and 3 respectively. So for the beginning teacher, the total points to gain in that section with guiding principle 5 would be 9 points, but for the experienced teacher it would be 10 points. And so educators, I want to thank you all for viewing. See you next week when we look at guiding principle 6. And I just want to say thanks to all those who have been viewing and interacting with the video. We know that you have been learning and you are now strategizing how it is that you are going to put together your portfolio at the end of the school year, or even before you get to the end, because it is always easy to do it term by term. So each term you add a little here, you add there, you add there, and so by the time you get to the end of the school year where you are going to present it, you'd have had everything covered. Thank you so much again, and I wish for you all the best as you go through this new school week. We trust that you'll be empowered and that you'll go to and empower the students alike. Thank you. God bless you. Have a great week.